Welcome to the Take It Home podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. Tonight we got the original trio on. I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks, find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. Look up Country Air at Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram and Country Air Brand on the Twitter. And I'll pass it off to the Singer Official.
What's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, pound sign for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was the food hunt this week, fellas?
Lots of good breakfast. Stacks of pancakes with blueberries, very, very high to the ceiling, and yeah, no syrup. I've been eating so much pancakes, so little syrup, and for the first time in a year, I had ice cream,
Oh.
and it was really good. Mint chocolate chip. It hit the spot, and I think I'm all right. Not going ice cream for another while. I love it, but I've definitely it's lost its luster, and I'm glad I went a year without it. And yeah, maybe just special occasions. I learned to appreciate it now.
Okay. Any food from because we haven't seen you in a minute. Mania week you want to put over.
Yeah, oh, good cheesesteaks and John's roast pork, as good as it gets for a roast pork sandwich. Um, oh, phenomenal. Had chicken Pete's as well. Chicken parmesan sandwich, which was incredible. Marinara, crispy chicken, and great bread. Yeah, I'll take one of those every
Yeah.
day, please.
I prefer chicken parmesan sandwich to the chicken parmesan pasta.
Ooh, I'll take either or. But in this case, it was on a bread, and yeah, it was toasted so well with good seeds on top too. Yeah, I ate till complete full completion.
Nice. Zach, any food you would have put over?
Yeah, yesterday was out in the Gurney area, so got Racing Canes.
Hell yeah.
Extra sauce, and then they thought they didn't give us extra sauce, so we got more extra sauce.
Nice.
That was really good. Trying to think of anything else. I know we did the podcast Wednesday where we talked about Don's repair shop.
Hmm.
Trying to think of like any other big nothing really after that. No, like nothing like just normal making at home made chicken tonight again because we had the leftover canes and Jack wanted to do a double dip.
Nothing wrong with that. I went out to Samba's on Saturday. It's a Brazilian steakhouse out here. Gotta love those. Ate our full. Me and the producer went out. And then Sunday for breakfast, little diner that is so close to our house, it's probably gonna be a problem. Got some pecan pancakes that were very delicious, and I highly enjoyed them. So yeah, I'm just running down the list of their flavored pancakes and waffles and enjoying the ride. So can't complain. But now that his ride has ended and he is back in town, I'm gonna need a banger of the week. Perch, what you got?
Oh, banger of the week. This one hits the spot, and it's a banger on all levels. Was stuck in the head for many, many days throughout the week. Because it was an entrance song for Session Moth, Martina. Every Time We Touch by Cascada.
Ooh.
That song is a banger on all senses, and you hear it once, that's all you need, and it's stuck in the head for however long. Um,
God, is that what she comes out to? That's awesome.
yeah, I had the place turned to a party every single time. We were dancing in the back, they were dancing in the front, in the ring. It turned the whole place up every single time it was played.
I think it's a part of our generation. You got to go through a cascada phase. It just at some point, it just makes your heart dance.
It was almost out of the head, but by bringing it up for this week's banger of the week, it's right back. My head is bumping once again on
Yeah.
full blast.
No, yeah. As soon as you mentioned it, yeah, it is in my head. I'm ready to start. dancing. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
At one point, it would be maybe 2 hours of sleep, wake up, and head just raving, just love pumping. It's silence for the first time all day, and you just wake up and the head's just bumping with that song.
Hell yeah. Like at some point, I guess after all those midnight shows, that's got to get exhausting. But hey, it's
For
giving you
real.
that energy. All right. Now that we got Perch back, I'm kicking the hip first a lot. What have you been watching, brother? We haven't seen you in 2 weeks. What have you been
Yeah, been a
watching?
lot of good wrestling, a lot of stuff on TV, but I've been blessed to watch a lot live over the past couple of weeks. Some phenomenal matches. A few of them that I got to catch live was WrestleMania Night 2. The main event was unbelievable. The main event of main events. It was a full opera. Um, Loved every moment. So Roman had interference to start. I don't think he needed that, but rightfully so. The other brother comes out and they fight each other and take each other out. And Solo comes out. Well, I think he did need that. uh, and then that one definitely warranted who was about to come out next, which was John Cena from out of nowhere. Um, so I figured once those two had beat him up, then Roman could handle his business just like he could. He didn't need the interference, but there it
But
was.
yeah, nothing wrong with a little extra security.
Once it was broken, all hell was breaking loose. Then Cena comes out. We don't know what's about to happen next. Is it Seth Rollins up in there for a minute, or The Rock comes out? Rock's music hits. Holy smokes! I would say The Rock's entrance down that ramp with the walk that he made was
Yeah.
the coolest moment of the entire WrestleMania. He
He's
was
got that final boss walk down for sure.
it was so Final Boss video game style.
Video
Uh,
games, 80s action movie, just
yeah, and I've only seen it through the screen, but like a Masahiro Chono at the Tokyo Dome walking down that ramp, just all business. It was the coolest moment that I saw live in quite some time, let alone that night at WrestleMania. Simply Rock's entrance, electrifying,
That was very
and
good.
then a square off with Cena brings back so many fun emotions, fun memories from life, and yeah, Cena, uh, you know, puts in work that night, and The Rock does his business. It was so cool, um, and then uh, before I knew it, the lights went out and we heard a bell toll.
Yeah.
I think Seth Rollins came out at one point in there and he flew down.
Yeah,
But
I think he came out after Rock put down Cena.
that was
But
so
but Roman with the save, proving that he didn't need help. He had this
yeah,
under control.
exactly. He didn't need help. That's why the first interference wasn't needed. He had it all under
Yep, he
control, but
had it. Eyes
got
in the back
risky.
of his head. He was ready.
You got too cocky. Um, yeah, then Taker comes out, blew my mind. Didn't see that coming at all. Didn't see any of it coming really. Big choke slam, lights out. Uh, yeah, then it was all set. Uh, Before he knew it, Cody Rhodes picked up the victory, and everybody was screaming in that whole arena, except me. I
Like,
mean,
what's all this joy? I don't like this. I
yeah,
wanted booze.
I felt like the Philadelphia Eagles just lost a football game at that stadium, and I knew what it felt like to be a Philadelphia fan at that arena. It was wonderful because we should feel all the different emotions, um, and I did not feel the emotion of joy. Love the match, and Cody phenomenal. Just a big fan of my teams, and Roman's the man, and wanted to see him win.
Yeah.
Uh, the year before was very satisfying, and this one was incredible. But yeah, I didn't feel the joy. Um, However, that was made right when I went to see the New Japan show over the weekend in Chicago, and Moxley against Naito. Talk about one of the coolest matchups you could be. Naito taking all of his time from the press conference to the entrance to in the ring, everything. He milked every last second out of that match as his time as the IWGP World Champion. Before he knew it, Mox hit him with his finisher and he kicked out. I couldn't believe it. And then Mox hits him with three. And I thought to myself, no way, no way. And he pinned him. And Mox became the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And I was so ecstatic that night in Chicago. Very fun to be a fan of pro wrestling and to find that inspiration and motivation to do what we want to do. Seeing little Nate out there in the main event of WrestleMania was incredible. And there's someone who motivates me to be the best I can be. And a couple of great matches from watching live over the past couple weeks that I enjoyed every second of.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Mox's bloody face coming down, that was so cool.
No, yep, gotta get that shot in. Zach, what have you been watching, brother?
Uh, Similar to Perch, I watched the New Japan. Let's talk about it a little bit later because it was part of the weekend trip. But watched New Japan. Loved Zack Sabre Jr. versus Matt Riddle. Super smooth. Love the transactions and the submissions. Um, Another good match. Just Jack Perry coming out and all the heat. Jackie cried me a river.
Yeah,
It was very
I'm fucking with the jacket.
It's very interesting. I got being there, like was thinking, man, Perry in Chicago with the stuff that aired on Wednesday, just wondering how it was gonna be receptive. And it was a very loud reaction.
Yeah,
Um I did rewatch SmackDown, LA Knight versus AJ Styles, be very interesting to see. I like ideally I'd like to see AJ get the W. AJ versus Cody would be very entertaining, especially with the recent interview of AJ talking about how he knows he's on his last run and he doesn't want to like he wants to be able to leave being able to go. So if he feels like he can go, let him go while he still can. Um I watched
he's still amazing. That three-way the other week was awesome.
oh yeah. Tamatanga coming out. Very interested in seeing how that prevails. I've seen that people are talking about Hikaleo, and maybe I'm like not seeing something, but I don't get why no one's not talking about Tongaleo.
Tagaloa, because I think he's still signed.
How long is he signed for?
I imagine at least till next February.
Yeah, I mean that's the dream one. Usos versus the OG Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah,
But it's interesting to think that WWE, I believe, has four of the three of the four original Bullet Club members now.
yeah.
Um, what else did I watch? Watching Raw right now. Love the new tag belts, the World Tag Team Championships. Like, glad they got rid of the Spartan helmets. Belts are nice. Our Truth is amazing. Um, Other than that, nothing really.
All right. I caught a couple things from SmackDown. Yeah, the Tamatonga debut. Had to watch that. Be super excited to see where we go with Solo seemingly inserting himself as the tribal chief. While Roman seems to be missing. If we get Jacob Fatu in there, I'm for it. Um, now we get to get our tribal chief as a babyface, and we can all cheer and be happy and acknowledge him properly. So super excited for that. What is it? Oh, I watched a bunch of our matches versus TAU. Also, I don't know why I was in the mood for that, but I just watched a bunch of those. And I do have Dynamite last week. Watched some of that. I still got like the last hour to finish, but Penta versus Edge, very good. This is a crazy world we live in where we can get Edge versus Penta, where Moxley can be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, where we can watch Okada weekly. This is just a great time to be a wrestling fan. We're getting 5-star matches, every week. We're watching our homies come up and have match of the week at Mania. Shout out to Connolly, apparently. A lot of people saying his match at Action was like match of the week. So, it's just good time with the business, good time for the business. And since we've had enough teases, why don't we talk about what we did last weekend? I'll go first. Like I said, went out to dinner with the producer. It was delicious. Been working on my PT so I can get back to wrestling and just at this point just walking normally. That would be great. But today I'm feeling good, and I just hope this continues. Zach, how was your weekend?
Yeah, Friday, as we talked about a little bit, was able to go down, have the opportunity to help with the ring setup at New Japan. I rode with Wah Ming, CJ Cole, Chucky Bates, and Jack Serious. Got to setup was cool. Got to meet people. Got to meet a lot of cool guys Brandon James. He's been around 15 years. He said he's been at every New Japan Strong show, actively wrestles. Just hearing like his love and passion was awesome. And then got to see Gonzo down there and got to see BD Smooth, Zach, Tony, and Donovan and Gonzo, Donovan, and our boy Jack Serious were able to get the opportunity to be young lions for the show. They got to be ringside for the entire show, run gear back, make sure the barricades keep the wrestlers safe, keep the fans safe, and it was super cool. It's very similar to when we got the opportunities like we talked about earlier before the pod with Perch with Ring of Honor doing the streamers and stuff. Very similar thing. It was really cool to Jack Morris, this is one of his first opportunities with a big setup and being able to get selected and being able to sit there and learn.
Hell yeah.
Watch the show, and then Saturday, made my way out to Pembine, Wisconsin for We Love Wrestling. Was in the open weight 8 tournament. Round one that took on Jared Jacks. Jared, he's one of our we tag with him, like he mentors us, we
Team
feud with
Turbo.
him. Had a great match, but Jared went for the flatliner. I knew that was one of his good moves. Caught him in the dog days and the dog days.
In the dog days. Yeah, I guess we do got to come up with a name for that.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was good. Like caught it, boom, one, two,
Good catch.
three. Was able to get into the finals, the ladder match. They had a scaffold. I know Bobby V was talking shit, telling me I better not recruit the driver. I'm off the scaffold. I thought about it, but then I thought I'll be dropping him to the floor, and I don't want to get a murder charge because we ain't going to the ring, baby.
I wouldn't want to drop to my butt from that high.
Exactly. I gotta think about my butt. But I had a good match.
I like my
The matches
sciatica.
had a lot of crazy holy shit moments. Unfortunately, for some odd reason, Bobby had an issue with the referee checking out CJ after a crazy ladder bump, and Bobby beat the shit out of the ref, put him through a table on the outside of the ring, which at the time I didn't care. I was like, not my business, not my problem. I'm here to get the briefcase. But then it became my business, my problem when at the end of the match, I retrieved the briefcase and I won the match, and there's no referee to see it. So
Oh,
as I got the ref in the ring, letting him know I got the briefcase. Guess who kicked me in the dick?
that sounds like a Bobby V thing to
So Bobby V saying, I don't know you. That's my briefcase.
do. I don't know you. That's my purse.
Bro got kicked in the dick and then got a briefcase to the head.
Mm.
And fortunately, that briefcase woke the ref up because the referee saw that Bobby V had the briefcase in hand. I mean, I guess I don't know if I should be upset or not. Like, I would retrieve the briefcase from the ladder, but when it,
Yeah. But your time is gonna come, brother.
yes, sir. And then Sunday had some family things to take care of, so was doing the family things and was able to get some Raising Canes while we were at it.
Hell yeah. Nice. Perch, regale us with your travels.
Yeah, we had some great times. The collective weekend in Philadelphia was wonderful. We were at Penn's Landing Catering in Philadelphia, and it was a wonderful time. Philadelphia is commissioned, so there was a doctor on hand, and we were running 11 wrestling shows in 3 days, and we had a Hall of Fame the next day at a different location. So 11 shows in 3 days, 4 shows one day, 4 shows the next, 2 shows, a big break, and then a midnight show. They all went well. The first day, my first show of the weekend was Blood Sport, which was an incredible show. People from uh, just about every company, every
Yeah.
major company were represented and on hand to watch as well as perform. Uh, was blessed to be a part of Bloodsport for my second year. Last year was fun, my intro to it, and I put in some work studying and trying to get better as a referee overall. So it was fun to have another spot on Bloodsport and an honor. My first match of the week to kick off the collective was Speedball Mike Bailey against the wanted man Nick Nemeth. Two top level performers in amazing shape and really on top of their game. The art of pro wrestling is so much fun to watch and take in and also be a part of. And these two really display pro wrestling at its finest, whether it's on TV or at an independent arena anywhere across the world. These guys know how to tell a story in the ring. And it was fun to see a matchup with no ropes and really just an intensity between the both of them. Fun match all around. Speedball Mike Bailey always uses the ropes. So to see him in a match without ropes was very unique. Um, Next match ahead was Tim Thatcher, a good uh, mentor
Good
for us.
time.
Yeah, he taught us a lot about pro wrestling early on and really his style and art back at Logan Square Auditorium years ago. So it's always fun to meet up again with Thatcher, and he's as genuine today as he was back then. um, and he took on Axel Tescher, another real intense uh, pro wrestler. Got to meet him for the first time. I met him and saw Big Damo the next day, and it was almost like a, oh, you know him? You know him? Oh, you guys are partners. Just a fun, genuine, happy moment in pro wrestling that I stumbled upon just completely organically, and made two friends out of it. Big Damo has been a pal for maybe a couple years, but first time getting to meet Axel, and super nice guy and a great pro wrestler as well. Um, yeah, those two had a fun, uh, awesome, intense match. They were uh, exchanging hold for hold and really not letting the other get the upper hand. A good 12-6 elbow from Axel Tescher almost took Thatcher out. It changed the tone of that match.
Mm.
um, but it was an armbar that ended up being the finish. Then I had the finals of the women's tournament with the Bloodsport Women's Tournament Cup. Marina Shafir against Lindsay Snow, and Marina Shafir with a walk-off kick knocked Snow off the ring. I could see it in her eyes after that hit, lights out. even if she could continue, it wouldn't be under her best judgment. So it was a walk off. Called the match.
Yeah.
Kick, boom.
Yes.
Oh, it's
I
over.
got you. I got you.
Call it. um, yeah, phenomenal time. Love Bloodsport. Then later that day, that was like a 3 o'clock show. Then that day we had a DDT. Pro Wrestling was in town. So getting done with that tournament with Bloodsport, coming to the back and seeing all the good pals from Japan and DDT Pro Wrestling. Uh, yeah, big smiles all around. Awesome to see the homies. And and they too honor celebrate pro wrestling. It was funny. Everything is universal, and our love for pro wrestling transcends all cultures. First match I had that night was Mao against Billy Starks. What a match! Good storytelling. No DQ. It was for the Mao's title, and yeah, there were not going to be any disqualifications. And it ended with, well, there were chairs and doors and
And
lots of,
shenanigans.
yeah, great match. And and then it ended with a O'Connor roll up, but then the bridge was broken, so it was a double pin. 1, 2, 3. It's like, oh man, no winner. Well, we have to settle this. So thought about it, and we had a rock paper scissors contest. And Mao took it 2 out of 3 and still champion. Mao. It's DDT, why not? We had ourselves a good old fashioned rock paper scissors
Rochambeau.
contest. Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And yeah, it's funny to see a crowd in different areas, the way they react for certain things. If you pull that one at Mondo Lucha, they will be all for it. You pull that at some crowds, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That Philadelphia was kind of a mixture of the both. It was
Number
it
four.
was fresh enough to be like, what?
Yeah, it's one of those. How many? It's you can tell how many of you are DDT fans.
Oh, it was so much fun just to feel that reaction. You got to go out there and do it and see how it goes. And yeah, it was it was a blast. Good hearted pro wrestling for all the family to enjoy. Um, Next match I had was Takeshita against Shunma. Shunma coming back from an injury last year, shortly after the collective. So cool to see him work his way back up, and in a prove it match against Takeshita. And Takeshita was in prime shape, and Shunma wouldn't even let him get to the ring. He brought the
Probably a
fight
smart
right to
move.
Takeshita. Um, those two went balls to the wall, hard hitting. You'd swear they were fighting for the grand championship. It was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen, let alone been the referee for. Uh, a different level of intensity and willing to go above and beyond for one another, and knowing that the other guy is right there for you too. That was a fun match to take in, and yeah, a real prove it kind of story. I really enjoyed. And by the time it was over, both men had earned the applause of the audience.
That got Philly back into it.
That one's worth watching. There's a little star in the notebook next to that. Um, there was a match throughout the night with Dan the Dad and She Tan.
Throughout the night.
It was one of the funniest moments I've ever seen, and an incredible match. There was even a superplex in there. I didn't know what was going on. Ref Adam was in there, and it was so much fun to see the reactions to everything that was going on. It's a big mascot, big otter, cutest looking, big awkward mascot. And once again, we were in DDT, and it was so wonderful. And as quick as it went, or quick as it was there, it was gone. Oh, like a flash in the night. So I long to return to DDT maybe one day on their soil
Yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah, get you a flight over.
We'll pull out another rock, paper, scissors contest. That's what I'm there for.
Tournament for the what is it, the heavy metal championship.
uh-huh. The next match I had was later in the night at the midnight show. It was Masha Slamovich against Sarai in JCW and GCW versus the world. And that was for the JCW World Championship. And wouldn't you know, it went to a 30-minute time limit draw. Those two went to an incredible pace for as long as I've ever seen. 28, 30 minutes of nonstop, high level intensity, and they didn't let up at all. From when the bell rang, they maybe listened to the crowd for a minute. The other 29 minutes were exchanging holds and bringing it to one another. But still champion Masha. But wow, at about 1:32 in the morning, that match was wild. The next day, first show, it was the TJPW show, Tokyo Joshi Pro. They are so much fun.
That's
Every entrance is a party. My goodness. They're dancing out front, and once again, we're dancing in back. From the entrance to intro the show, a couple of the wrestlers sing a song and dance. It's the most fun I've ever had at a pro wrestling show. Yeah, if there's ever a TJPW show, you have to go out of your way to be there for it.
Yeah,
So much fun. What pro wrestling is all about. Viva Van and Yuki Kamifoku, the evil team, against Reiku and Trish Adora. Last time I worked with TJPW, I worked with Reiku as well. She's got the pillow and a sleeping character, and she could put wrestlers to sleep and put both their opponents to sleep. Went for a pin cover, and I figured I would tiptoe across the ring and pin gently, but they just woke up in time. But so much fun. Great match all around. Trish Adora, one of my favorite pro wrestlers in the entire world. She brings it. Later on that night, we had Joey Janela's Spring Break, wild ladder match with a lot of competitors from all over the world. Cole Radrick ended up picking up the victory. And then my two matches that day were back to back. Wouldn't you know it? But I was ready. I had two matches. Gringo Loco versus Amazing Red.
No.
Legendary. Legendary. Gringo working up to Red's level, and Red really bringing a different side of him out that he knew he had, but he just needed the right person to bring it out, and Gringo brought it out, and holy smokes, that was an old school match. Oh, Red hits this reverse Rana from the top and lands on his feet at one point and just had the place shaking.
Oh, he's so good.
I think it was the earthquake. It must have happened the next day, and it was after the Gringo and Red match. Yeah, it was so cool and smooth, and to be there to help each other out and to keep each other calm inside the ring. They put on a classic, and I had that match, and immediately followed get out of the ring, and I thought, well, I need a water and the microphone. And there's Adam with water bottle and a microphone, right as I thought it, because it was Mance Warner against Effie in an I Quit match. Ooh. Um,
you got two intense ones back to back.
yeah, one of the best hours or so of pro wrestling that I've ever been a part of was this Joey Janela spring break. Um, yeah, so Gringo Loco and Amazing Red, followed by Mance versus Effie in an I Quit match. One of my favorites of all time was Terry Funk against Ric Flair in the I Quit match, and Tommy Young. Uh, so I tried to pay homage to Tommy Young the best I could. Uh, and I just thought, what would Tommy do? um, yeah, and it gave me the confidence to be able to call a match. Um, a unique stipulation, but tried to tell the story the best I could, and they were incredible. They were great storytellers, and yeah, real feud. Those two don't see eye to eye at all. It's a real
Yeah.
hatred, and
I
they've
believe
taken
there
each other's
was
blood.
this the one where there was a drill involved? Is this the one where Effie lost some hair?
Last time he lost some hair. This time around, Effie was zip tied to the ropes and blood on the face. And Allie came out, and Mance was about to take out Allie, and Effie had to succumb to saying the words. But the story is to be continued.
Yes.
Just another match along the saga of this amazing blood feud in 2024. I love it. But yeah, that was a fun show, that Joey Janela Spring Break, and there was a part two later on, the final show of the week. But before that, we had Effie's Big Gay Brunch, and that was a fun show. I had Team Pollo against Team Pero, just a wild 10, 12 person chaotic match with some evil turns and twists at the end, and the bad guys picked up the victory. It was not too pleasing to the audience.
But
Um,
that's what get Perch going. Your
yeah, like
tears.
those boo finishes. Um, the next show, it was TJPW against GCW, and it had Shaza McKenzie against Arisu Endo. That was a fun match. Uh, Endo was big into biting, and I had to translate Kamanai, no bite, no bite. So thanks to the newly acquired love for learning some Japanese, Kamanai, no bite. Um, as she looked at me and said it back to me and started biting towards me. Oh, all right. Oh boy.
My
Um,
pronunciation might be off.
very funny. Love that TJPW, and the mixture with GCW was just incredible. The next match I had was Ellie Catch against Mizuki, and that was very fun as well. Loved everything about really all that is pro wrestling, and to have TJPW on two different shows, um, that's like a delicacy in pro wrestling. It's just fun to tell those stories. You don't have to speak the same language to understand characters and storytelling and pro wrestling. It's just so much fun. Um, and the following day was uh, the the Joey Janela Spring Break Part Two with the Big Battle Royal and the Punjabi prison match. Uh, we weren't supposed to have much blood, so we didn't throughout the entire weekend. And this Punjabi prison match got it escalated quickly, and we cleaned everything up and got everybody to safety by the end of it. Uh, one would have to watch this match to relive it. I watched it once, and that was just to have closure on the matter. The structure was incredible, and it was huge. It was just fun to see it being constructed. We watched WrestleMania as it was constructed, and it was a fun day. I got to enjoy what a tasty cake was from Philadelphia,
Okay.
and the candy cakes are pretty good. Wow. Um, yeah, I was never enlightened to that gas station delight that are tasty
Yeah.
cakes. But yeah, the following match was the big cluster Royal Rumble, and boy, what a cluster it was! 80 something people. It was outrageous. Scarlett and I were the two main referees, there to count pinfalls and submissions and muertes if they happened to take place.
They
And
happen to die. Wait, what?
the rules of the cluster was pin, submission over the top rope, leaving the building, or muerte. um, in which case, yeah, Masha put a couple people out.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're confirmed. They may have been out for a little bit, but they've since been revived.
Just to play it safe. Get the karma.
They've since been revived. Um, yeah, that match was so much fun. Between uh, taking half a ring, and it was kind of like a game being in there. And we had a party. My phone happened to get um, forgotten under the ring earlier in the night because it was wild chaos. And I was wearing two pairs of pants too because it was cold outside. So I had stored like a coat and phone under the ring, which was cool because we had like 2 hours in this cluster match to be on top of our things and taking care of people and getting them waters and food, and I had my phone, so people were taking pictures and videos, and it was pretty cool. Cool to celebrate pro wrestling during that match, and it was some of the funnest matchups and intriguing, people that you've ever seen. Maybe the greatest match of all time that I've ever witnessed. It at least encompassed a lot of elements that could be part of greatest surprise match of all time. In the last 5 minutes, I don't know if I've seen something more entertaining, not knowing what's about to happen next in my life. If you seek it out, at least the last 5 minutes, if not the entire 2 hours, it was so much fun. And it came down to Nick Gage with his entrance in the final entrance. Nick Gage. So he comes out, the place is on fire, and it's 3 a.m. and fans have been there forever. And we're all just enjoying every moment of it. And he walks into the ring to Yoshihiko and Microman.
Oh, I saw the shot of him and Yoshihiko, so I didn't know
Oh,
when that was.
it was so damn incredible. So I hopped in the ring, final three people. So I'm standing in the ring with those three.
Those
The
three
four of us
legends,
in the
those
ring
three
together.
monsters.
Moment of pro wrestling. And Gage goes after Yoshihiko, hits him with a couple moves, hits the pizza
Pizza
cutter.
cutter.
Microman comes in, hits the 619. Gage takes a cross body from Yoshihiko. Incredible. And almost gets a 3 out of 1, too. Whoa. He throws him up and chucks him out of the ring. Picks up Microman. He gets suplexed by Microman. Yeah, Gage tries to hoist him up and put him over and just can't quite get him, and runs at him with everything he's got and dumps him over the top. Microman drops Gage over the top. Microman wins the cluster.
Hell yeah.
In the most unlikely of events, he eliminated the American Giant earlier in the night. Yeah, Aja Kong took out a bunch of kaijus in the match. Yeah, there were battles. Shooting star press by one of Godzilla's foes. That match had everything. And the last 5 minutes did not disappoint. I've never seen anything like it before in my life or been a part of anything like it. We had the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame the next day. that was so cool to see everybody tell their stories and induct one another. Yeah, taking in everybody's stories. Mercedes Martinez, Steve Carino, Johnny Cashmere, you and Dave Prazak in there as well. Mark Briscoe. Um, yeah, everybody really having a good story to tell. Thoroughly enjoyed, and it's cool to hear lessons that we may learn or are being taught. And when we hear, legends who have been there say the same stories, there's some comfort in that. And yeah, it was a great weekend, phenomenal time in Philly. And then we were off to Chicago last weekend, and we had freelance wrestling. Had the big scramble to start, and Darius Luttrell picks up the victory by that one. He almost broke my ankles at one. Hit me with a fake
Shook you out of
crossover.
your Iversons.
Almost did. Kylie Ray against Dakota Hernandez. That match was so much fun. A rematch from one of their matches at the Emporium, and that was great. And the main event was Mustafa Ali against Storm Grayson for the freelance title. Midway through, Storm goes for his title, so I take it away from him just in time to catch a kick in the corner from Ali, and it took me out. Oh, down. A little bit later, Storm goes for a pin. 1, 2, just kicks out. Ali hits a 450 a few minutes later. 1, 2, 3. Winner and new champ, Mustafa Ali. The place goes nuts. There's wrestlers all around the ring, raising his hand. And then out comes Isaiah Velasquez with another referee. I guess that Storm's foot was on the ropes. When I look back, it was, but I was a little shaken up. I couldn't really see all that well. So we deemed to restart the match, and Storm ended up getting heated and low blow and pushed me out of the way and was out of control. The whole thing turned to chaos pretty quick. I shouldn't have even restarted the match. We should have kept it.
Hindsight is 2020.
We should have kept it the way it was, but yeah, no winner, no decision. This match is over. The board is gonna have a fit with me on this one.
Illinois Commission's gonna lose their mind.
But yeah, it was a fun couple weeks of pro wrestling. Thoroughly enjoying every moment of it.
Nice. Yep, good to have you back. Glad you had fun. Yeah, let's keep this journey going into the new year, which is generally for wrestlers post WrestleMania. So, I asked the fellas, what 3 wrestlers, signed or not, do you want to see have a big year this year? Zach, why don't you go?
I guess selfishly, I'd like to see this year or next year.
This year.
And then selfishly, just myself.
That's that's fine.
I'd like to see me go big, go far, be able to push myself. But if I'm picking guys, I'm gonna have to pick home team guys. One guy is Hua Ming. Um, he is definitely a guy who's disciplined. He knows who he is in the ring. Um, this character, he's like trying to always think of a way to evolve. He's always traveling, trying to get at the next opportunity. So I like to see him I know when he gets his opportunity, he hasn't missed. He's been doing well. He's looking cool on that chaotic poster.
That's
But
good. That's a good poster.
Wyoming is definitely one I would like to see. Another one I would pick. He's young. Is Jack Serious. It's gonna take. Unfortunately, he's got a lot more time, so I don't know how well he's gonna blow up if we're talking about blow up. But like,
No.
he's definitely like on the right track of like doing the right things, getting bookings, getting out there. I know he's wrestled in Michigan a few times now, Illinois. He's been traveling a lot. He, like I would say, he got the opportunity to help out at New Japan, huge. So he's definitely one. And then last, I'll go with a guy who for a while like used to get me annoyed, but lately has been doing super well. And I believe like good things come when you're busting your ass, and that's CJ Cole. CJ Cole, uh, definitely been riding with him a lot. You know, talking to him like the way his mindset is now, like he's always trying to think of the story and what he can do to like progress the man of a million catchphrases, the man of a million
Be the
DDTs.
man of a million
Um,
gimmicks, the man of a million
yeah, like
entrance
he's had
songs.
he's been having a lot of good matches. Him against Drex Royal was super entertaining. So like yeah, CJ Cole as well.
All right. Perch. Three wrestlers you would like to see improve their station, blow up, get big opportunities this year.
Yeah, a few people that come to mind from traveling to different places, kind of all over the world. Um, one that I would love to see would be Mao from DDT. I'd love to see whenever he pops up. He makes it over to the States every once in a while. He does a lot of traveling all over the world and has a good creative mind for pro wrestling and just looks like a pro wrestler. Uh, Fun storyteller and really can do it all. High level of intensity and good uh, real skill fighting skills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
I would
balance
love to
too. The
see.
bell has to ring.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I would love to see Mao continue to earn big opportunities and see him everywhere. Another one, uh, Jordan Oliver, uh, another good brother out there grinding. He went on a big tour all across the world, uh, many countries, all over the past several months. So he's on a next level pace of learning and understanding and uh, adding diversity to your game and always pushing yourself. So love to see him continue to earn good opportunities and set the bar and let us know what we're all out here doing and grinding for. If uh, if he's out there, setting the bar, we can inspire ourselves to work just as hard and find motivation in that. So I love it. And another person would be Coda Hernandez from Freelance. I talked about him in that match against Kylie Ray. Uh, he's another person who's getting to know himself, and the better you know yourself, the more you can give yourself to the audience. And to see his evolution from when we all started setting up the ring and tearing it down on those cold days at the Logan Square Auditorium in the wintertime in the alley, to see Coda work his way from there to on the shows to now having in this case it was a rematch against Kylie Ray, and even from his first match to now, uh, yeah, awesome improvement, and he really owned his moment at the Logan Square. So I'd love to see him earn opportunities as well because we're all students at the end of the game, coming from different parts of the world, but we're studying the sport we love, and there's really no right or wrong. So it takes our creativity uh, and our own abilities to, tell stories that we want to tell inside that ring. And everybody pushes one another to achieve their goals. And when when one brother or sister achieves it, it's great, and it pushes us to achieve it on our own. So yeah, great topic. Love this one, Doc.
Yeah.
There's endless amounts of people where I want to see him blow up and go up to the next level.
Hell yeah. For me, I'm gonna do a side one just because nobody else does. For me, that's Yoda Suji. We kind of talked about it a little earlier. New Japan is in a transitional phase where they're searching for new stars, trying to build new stars. Yoda Suji was somebody I probably watched like his whole Young Lion career, like maybe a handful of matches at the beginning I missed, but I'm pretty sure I saw it like his first couple matches. But just to see his growth from a young lion to main eventer, a legitimate main event wrestler in Lij has been fun to see. Um, I think he's got star written all of them, written all over him. $1 million smile, a good look, amazing in ring. So that's somebody that I really hope this year get some attention and can carry the company on their back. I like when wrestling alternatives are good. The rising tide raises all ships. So, I want to see New Japan continue to be successful, and I hope Yoda Tsuji is the guy to do it. Another wrestler I want to see do it, Zach Hendricks. I would love for the rest of the world to already know what I know. Zach is a very hard worker. He's been putting in a ton of work on into his body. He's lost a ton of weight. He is very passionate about the business, always thinking about gear ideas, merch ideas, looking to steal spots when he can. He's out here on the road still, which the travel is a lot harder when you're by yourself. So I hope people see the hard work that Zach puts in and he gets the recognition he deserves this year. And then my selfish one is Drex Royal. Uh, that is a guy I feel that after our BLP match, has definitely started creating a buzz. And I would like to think that that match was what started it. So that's my selfish pick. Like you said, I was super excited when I heard the match announcement between him and CJ. I was sure that was going to be good. Before my injury, I was supposed to be in that 6 man with him in AIW, and I was looking forward to that. But somebody that you're seeing on posters a lot more. Um, Guy's really good. Another $1 million look. Works hard. He's we've seen him on the road plenty of times. So that's my selfish pick. I hope Drex Royal also blows up this year. Uh, all right. Great discussion, fellas. I think it's time we start winding down. Why don't we talk about what we got coming up this week? Perch, where you at?
This week we'll be out in Los Angeles, California for Game Changer Wrestling on April 20th. And we'll be heading out to Albuquerque, New Mexico on April 21st for Game Changer Wrestling, both on Fight TV, Triller TV. Should be some fun matchups. I think Too Cold Scorpio is in the house on
Hey.
April 20th in Los Angeles. Yeah, really stoked for it. It was a birthday for a fan last week, um, Ringside J on Instagram, and his kid had a birthday and he loves GCW, so he asked if I would maybe send a birthday video and maybe get someone to send along with it. So I got a sweet video with myself, Cole Radrick, Scarlett, Gringo, Nick Gage, Jordan Oliver, um, and we all wished him a happy birthday and sent it to him. And yeah, we get to see him this Saturday in Los Angeles. So we get to wish him a happy birthday in person and just sending a nice video along to him. So really looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Nice. I guess I can say mine. As of right now, don't have any plans this week. We're gonna see how it goes. How I'm feeling by the end of the week. I've continued to work on my PT, and I just kind of really want to focus on that. I got the gym kind of set up this past weekend, so would like to work out some at home is the plan, but we'll see how that goes. Zach, what do you got coming up this week?
Yeah, this weekend's a home game. Saturday and Sunday it is the 420 Classic. Saturday night I am taking on a guy I say I think is doing well and deserves to get an opportunity, and that's CJ Cole. And this is actually a first time matchup. You know, with all the years I've never wrestled CJ Cole one on one, so it'll be a fun match. I got a lot to prove. Last month didn't go my way, so I have a lot to prove, and hopefully, can get a good win. Unfortunately for CJ, you're gonna have to take the L, but then carry that momentum onto whatever Sunday brings.
Nice. All right, and with that, Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, continue to celebrate pro wrestling.
Nice. Zach, final thoughts or questions?
Nope, I got nothing.
And for me, be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias, tell a promoter to book us, or at least book them because they're healthy and they can wrestle in ref. But yeah, let us know at the bottom three wrestlers that you would like to see get more opportunities, deserve recognition, blow up this year, all of the above. Let us know down there in the
Oh,
comments. This has been
also one other thing.
oh,
Uh, High Five Tom told me he makes those comments, so maybe we should start like reading off some of the answers on the podcast on the next episode.
okay. I be checking, but I never see comments. Maybe
Yeah, he said he's answered a few. So I feel like, the people who take time to do that, like we should like call them out and like not call it out, but like, call like the comment out and like give the shout outs.
yes, yes, for sure. I mean, did he like yeah, for sure.
So
I will try
comment
to
on
do
the
it
comment below and be sure to listen to next
next
week
week.
where
Yes.
we're
It has been a battle getting these episodes out lately, just because for some reason, my editing software is being weird. But this one should be out on time. So yes, we'll next week we'll start reading those comments. We can do that. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.